Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a nice night. Today, our topic of conversation is going to be the Dust Bowl. As we touch on in class, the Dust Bowl was a major catastrophe in American history. And I put together this little Google slide here. So we're going to go through this and we're going to touch on some key facts. And there's going to be a little bit of I don't know, a cool little video that I found and some other information that is really kind of neat. So, with further ado, here is the presentation. So, the drought in the Dust Bowl started in the 1930s. It was, as you can read, a series of droughts that decimated the Midwestern U.S. breadbasket. And remember, the breadbasket was the region in the U.S. which had the American Great Plains and lots of agriculture and farming. This culminated in one of the worst ecological disasters in American history. Now, I think a little context is needed here because this event, which lasted actually for quite some time, it was like a year or two. This had been building for about 20 years. So at the end of World War One, there's an incredibly high demand for wheat. And with that, as you know, supply and demand, the price of wheat goes way up. And we have a lot of people flocking to the Midwest region of the nation in search of wealth. They were trying to make money. They were farmers, and they started farms there. And they did quite well for a while until the Great Depression hits. The stock price of wheat plummets. Wheat can be had for, it was worth practically nothing. So a lot of these farms start going under. Farmers plant more wheat and dig up more soil. And finally, in 34, a drought hits. And with the farmers digging up their land and continuing to plant crops, finally, the winds come up from Canada down south, pick everything up into the air, and displace it all over the place. So the drought came in waves: 34, 1936, 1939. It covered 100 million acres of land, touching Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado. Now, between 1934 and 1940, actually 3.5 million people were displaced and left the Plain States, many of whom relocated to California. Now, this is an image here that you're going to see. This was called Black Sunday. This is on April 14th, 35. And this image was taken in Texas. And it just kind of gives you a feel for the massive size of the cloud that's approaching this small town. Woody Guthrie, who was kind of like a Bob Dylan type guy, you may have heard of him. He did a lot of folk music and stuff like that. He said that he was actually in this area at the time, I think it was 34. He said you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. It was really quite, it was pretty crazy. And now we're just going to watch a weather advisory report that the Weather Channel made not too long ago. And it was kind of if the Weather Channel had TV back then, what you would have seen on TV. Here we go.
I'm meteorologist Mark Mancuso, and on this day in weather history, April 14th, 1935, the Black Sunday dust storm rolled across the Central Plains. In the Oklahoma Panhandle, the day began with bright sunshine, calm winds, and plenty of spring warmth. Area residents were outdoors enjoying a break from the burden of the relentless dust. However, it would be short-lived when the calm was soon replaced with the violence of the worst duster of the Dust Bowl drought. Reports of the storm indicated that the cold air from the norther struck first with a wall of dust following soon thereafter. Temperatures dropped 40 degrees along the front before the dust hit. It turned afternoon brightness immediately to midnight darkness and absolutely zero visibility. It was utterly dark and impossible to see without a searchlight for at least 15 minutes. To locals, the cloud appeared to roll as it approached. Caught totally unaware, people had to crawl on their hands and knees to find shelter in the extreme darkness. Cars stalled and stopped in the choking dust. Many thought the end of the world had come. The Black Sunday storm marked the turning point in the federal government's recognition of the soil erosion occurring in the region. The dust eventually spread to the nation's capital, where congressmen were horrified at the fine, powdery sand choking their throats. Less than 2 weeks later, the Soil Conservation Service was created. I'm Mark Mancuso.
Yeah, so as Weatherman Mark tells us there, the politicians in Washington, D.C. could actually see the particles of air that had fallen all the way from Kansas and Oklahoma and had drifted that far east. So as you can imagine, in this kind of event where there's just this extreme darkness, massive clouds of dust, people don't really know where they are. There's actually quite a bit of panic. And a few historians have written about this, and they said that some women had actually admitted to contemplating actually suffocating their babies, and it's kind of unclear at this point if anyone had died, but there was one man who said that he had gone blind. Of course, the wildlife in the area was just, a lot of it was killed. So this is just it's pretty bad all the way around. So let's see here. So a lot of people end up leaving. According to the Bureau of Agricultural Economics, 116,000 families moved to California from the Midwest in the 30s. I found this to be really interesting here. I actually didn't know this, but the farmers really weren't the only ones to make the move. Approximately 1/3 were white-collar workers who headed west to escape the depressed economy, which, it makes sense. It's not just farmers here who are really getting, whose lives are being ruined. It just goes to show that everyone was being affected. John Steinbeck, famous American author, wrote a very famous book called The Grapes of Wrath, which was kind of about this. It's about the Joad family. I believe some of you are reading it in your English class, and it's about them journeying from Oklahoma in the Panhandle. They're farmers, and they move west to California for a better life. This movie is on 123movies.com, and it's fantastic. It's directed by either Rob or John Ford. He did a lot of stuff with Jimmy Stewart and John Wayne and some other big actor I'm forgetting. But this one, Grapes of Wrath, stars Henry Fonda, and it is awesome. So if you have time, check it out. Really good movie. Now this here is an excerpt from someone living in California and at the time. And I want you to read this. I'm not going to read it to you. And I want you to think about it and just jot down or have some thoughts ready for tomorrow on how do you think the people of California feel about these migrants. We're going to talk about this a little bit and have a little discussion about it. Along with that, based on the information in the slides, what difficulties might a person face while living in Oklahoma during the 30s? If you even listen to 10% of this little screencast here, you're gonna definitely be able to answer this one. So please come with some thoughts ready tomorrow. We're gonna discuss it and go over it. So that's all I have tonight. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.